So as the Western nations became more and more liberal, they have been trying to convince us every day that all the peoples of this earth are the same. The only differences we have might be cultural, but inside, besides our skin color, besides our race, we're basically all the same. And I'm gonna explain in this video that it is not true, that we are not all the same. I'm not even saying better or worse, even though I have my opinion about that, but that every race has a different spirit, and therefore also the cultures are different, because cultures come out of the spirit of a people. Jesus was speaking about a time that will be as in the times of Noah, right? Like you see here in the picture. Oh, don't be racist. Well, this time it will be the same thing. I don't think God is going to save just one family this time, but those who are of Christ are going to be in that symbolical ark. But many outside of the ark were people who did not listen, who did not hold the law kind after kind. They included all other cultures and peoples, and even started to mix with the creatures that were still alive from before Genesis. Now, even many people who were of Adam, just like you see today, they demonstrate against this ark. They want to be with the rest of the world, with the rest of the creatures. But it is now as in the time of Noah. And I'm going to give you a few examples in this video about what is going on in our cultures, which are gradually changing and becoming more and more as in the times of Noah. First, let's take a look at London, England, where the liberals have brought in more people, enriching England with other cultures.
দেখো ভাই আমি কিন্তু এই ঘুগনি শুধু ঘুগনি খেতে পারি না দেখো তার জন্য দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো এই দেখো হ্যাঁ ঘুগনিটা দেখো একটু এই দেখো এই দেখো ভাই ঘুগনিটা দেখো ভাই এই দেখো এই দেখো ভাই এই যে আমি বেশ ভালোই খেতে পারি এই দেখো এই দিয়ে এই যে মুখটা দিয়ে এবার মুখটা দিকে দেখো এই দেখো এইটা দিয়ে এই দেখো দারুণ।
So apparently, if you eat the hair of your customers, you gain more trust of them. Is this a wonderful contribution to our culture? But is this even just a difference in culture, or is this because many people have different spirits? I grew up in Europe, and as I traveled from the Netherlands into Germany or Austria, or I went to Spain or France, Belgium, or even England, all these countries have different cultures. But it was a culture of the cuisine, architecture, and these things. But such things as in India, you don't see nowhere in Europe, even though they have different cultures. So it is something more deeper than just a different culture. If you look at the Hebrew word Adam, from which we get the word Adam, the mainstream narrative says, well, it means red dirt. But if you dig deeper, you understand that it's about blushing. The Adamite people were able to blush, to turn rosy, right? To be of a ruddy complexion. What does it mean? That means that the Adamite people have a shame. Even Adam and Eve, when they realized what they have done, they felt ashamed. And when we as Adamite people feel ashamed, we blush. I remember as a child, I was maybe 8 or 9 years old, And in elementary school, we used to play with marbles. And I remember going into a store where I stole a bag of marbles. But the manager could see me from behind this little curtain, and he came out and he caught me. And I remember my whole skin started to flush. I became red. I was caught. I was not just angry or upset that I was caught. I felt a deep sense of shame. Hence, I blushed. And I'm going to show you that the other non-Adamic people have no ability to feel ashamed or to blush. Yes, they can be upset because they got caught, but it's a different thing. Only Adamite people have a deep sense of regret and shame. Now God told us not to go with the Canaanites, marry the women, because she will adopt their gods. It was not just bowing down to statues, it was the whole cultural thing. And now we see today as well that even white people no longer blush often because the society has hardened. We have brought in other peoples and other cultures. We started to compromise. We started to listen to Edomites who fed us the narrative on how to live through the movies, and now whole society is hardened. But still, it does not mean that the Adamite people are not able to blush, because we are able to blush even though our societies are hardened. But who cannot blush and were never able to blush? Let me show you an example.
You got like 10 seconds to open up this door. I swear to God, I'm gonna break this up. 10.
9.
Open this fucking door. I'll call my mama. Call my mama. Bitch, I been knew how to count, ho. Choke 4 out of that. Bad dude ass.
You can open the door.
Bitch, get this from my mama's face, please. I'm gonna open up.
And no, this has nothing to do with the fact that most of these children grow up without a father. The problem lays much deeper. I read books from the 1800s and they already made certain observations. I don't want to go too deep into this because YouTube is already so sensitive, but it needs to be said, guys. But the more our governments tell us how equal we are, and we are all created in the image of God, and we are all the same, and all cultures and religions are compatible and can live together, the more they do it, the more these other cultures and religions and peoples are trying to take over. Because deep inside, they don't feel the same way about you. And the funny thing is, now we live in a society that has made all these laws to try to compromise and made the equality compatible with all different spirits. And now the companies, the governments, the cities, everyone is painstakingly trying to keep these laws. And now you see in England, where the government has a two-tier policing now, that the police officers, they don't really care about their country no more. They just blindly follow rules, right? It's very similar in what happened in not Germany, but what happened in Russia in the Bolshevik Revolution. But now these police officers, for example in England, they arrest English people for standing up and they let the other perpetrators go. But now also this is backfiring on the police, because ironically the same people the police are trying to protect are now attacking the English police.
Que trabajamos juntos porque te conozco mucho tiempo, como que un año.
Para. Trae un cuchillo. Haz para atrás. Bate. Kick that.
So this English police officer was just stabbed by a person who is totally equal in race, culture and background, and he is allowed into England because he also deserves to have a better life. But what about, for example, black people in America who have been living in America for generations? Surely they must be exactly the same as us, because they speak our language, right? They speak with an American accent, even though they made their own accent within the American accent, right? They drive cars, they have jobs, they have good jobs nowadays, right? They are even becoming our mayors, right? They drive around in nice cars, right? They like nice food. Surely now we must all be the same. It's just a natural thing that races and cultures feel most comfortable with their own cultures and races, which come from their own spirits. So if you bring different spirits together with other spirits, there is inevitably going to be tension, because Islam wants to dominate. Black people want to dominate, right? Chinese people want to dominate China, right? That's the way it works. So let me show you another example, and this time it's not black people stealing or being arrested. This time it's a black man who did not steal and probably works very hard, is probably very good at what he does, but still the spirit is the same. It's the same spirit of contempt and disrespect for our people and our culture, and is using our own laws against us. So this is a black guy who works at a company, probably as trucker, and the company provided a restroom for the employees so they can go to the restroom if they need to. But the restroom is taken at the moment, so the black guy goes into the manager's office demanding that he can use the restroom of his boss. Take a look at
Yeah. Oh, you need.
Did we have a discussion about the restroom in here?
About the bathroom?
Yeah.
About
But you guys
using?
supposed to be using the one outside?
I'm not using that one.
Huh?
I'm not going to use that one.
You're not gonna use this one in here?
Yeah, that's because the cleanest one. Plus, somebody was in
No,
there.
you're not gonna use this one in here.
I'm going to use it because somebody
No,
was
you're
out
not.
there. Somebody was out there, so I'm going to use it.
No, you're not.
I am.
Then you're not gonna work here.
Okay. So you going to let me go for using the restroom?
Failure to follow instructions, yeah.
Okay. So you going to let me go for using the restroom? Is what you're saying?
For not following instructions.
For using the restroom,
Out there.
somebody was in it.
No, they weren't.
Yes, it was. It was somebody in there.
Okay, so you wait.
I'm not going to wait to use the restroom.
You do if you're out on the road.
No, I don't. I go in a facility to use it.
Yeah, after you wait to get there.
No, it's restrooms available.
Okay.
So if the restroom is not available outside, I'm going to use
Okay,
it
well,
inside.
let me say this.
I'm recording.
Huh?
I'm recording.
I don't care if you're recording.
Okay.
That's against
That's the
policy,
OSHA. That's
too.
the OSHA violation.
That's
too.
against company policy.
It's not a policy to use the
you use your
restroom.
cell phones in the
It's not a. It's not policy.
that you're
And
not
why?
supposed to use cell
Why is
phones.
it? Where is it stated? It. What is it stated? Show me. And it's also an OSHA violation to prohibit you from using the restroom when somebody's using it, because you have to have enough restrooms to accommodate the employees at the place.
You do. You got one out there.
And I said somebody was in it, so I can't wait. I gotta use it. That's not a big deal. Just use the bathroom.
No, the deal is you're not following instructions.
What's the instruction about using the restroom? What rule am I
I had that
violating?
meeting with you.
What's it violating?
I had that meeting with you. That's the restroom outside. It's for the dock employees.
And what is using the restroom here
You
violating?
don't need to be recording me
Why? It's my phone.
because it's against company policy.
Show me it. Show me.
So I remember a time where you did not go to your boss demanding to use his bathroom, right? The employees had a specially designed bathroom. And this is not about the bathroom is taken, so I'm going to demand to use the boss's bathroom. This is about using our own laws against us. And America is in big trouble because I've worked at companies. It's all about rules, regulations, insurance matters, preventing lawsuits. It's just a big mess. This guy does not tell the boss that he wants his bathroom because he needs to go. Because if it really was about that, by now the other bathroom would have been free by now. This is about something else. This is about arrogance and throwing the boss's own book right in his face.
I mean, what the company policy is.
Damn, I thought you was going to be good worker. I'm sorry.
I was too. I mean, but you can't, you making up rules along the way. Like, the restroom is not a big deal.
Is it your company?
Is it yours?
No, but I
Okay,
know
so,
what the owner's telling
okay.
me. The
Using the
owner,
restroom, that's an OSHA violation. If I can't use.
If you're the manager and one of your employees disrespects you in such a way, normally you would say, get out of my office, right? Use the other bathroom or just go home. That would be normal. But now he throws OSHA violations in his face. And look how terrified the boss looks. He goes to the paper because it's all about rules and regulations and not getting sued. Guys, we are in big trouble. And it has nothing to do with Jim Crow. If the boss says yes to him, before you know it, all day long people will start to use his personal bathroom. So he just wants to keep his own bathroom personal. There's nothing wrong with it, but listen how this guy basically pushes his own manager.
He looking. Yeah.
Do you even know what the violation is?
yeah, I don't
What is it? Without looking at it, do you know off the top of your head?
I haven't proved that to you. I know what the violation is.
What is it?
Failure to follow instructions. You've been instructed to
Instructed to use the restroom. What's the company policy? What's the company violation for using the restroom?
There ain't no company violation.
Okay, so you just said it was company policy. So in other words, there's no policy for using the restroom. There's no policy, Jim. That's your personal preference for us not to use it because you don't see it in the employee handbook. Where is it in the handbook?
From the owner of the
Well,
company.
where is it in? You said it's in the handbook. Where's it
I
at?
didn't say it was in the handbook.
You said it's company policy.
I said the user of cell phones against company
Well,
policy.
show me that.
I am.
Show me. And you said
Can't
violate
regard
the
it.
rule.
Write you up for that too.
Yeah, you can write me. You sure can. And everything's being recorded. Like you said, I cannot use the restroom in here, but you're not giving me the
one out
reason
there
why.
on the dock for you to
And I
use.
said someone was in there, but someone was in it.
Okay.
And you told me to wait, and I
Wasn't there
cannot
when I
wait.
just walked out there.
Well, nobody, you didn't just walk out there. You just came from your office, and I literally seen you come from your office.
Well,
So now you're lying on camera. Because the
That's his
camera,
personal
I seen you
office.
literally come from your office. You didn't go out there on the dock. You came from your office as soon as you see me walking the restroom.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't, Jim. I literally seen you come from your office. You literally just walked out your office and stood there and watched me go to the restroom. You
Yes, I did.
literally.
I walked out there and checked.
Did you
Nobody
really,
was
Jim?
there. Yes.
You really didn't.
This is just a small example of how our entire nations are at the moment. The other religions and the other peoples are using all these laws and regulations we made to keep order against us. Right? We have no law of equality and freedom of religions. And the Muslims, they use gladly your inclusive laws to have an Islamic invasion. You see it in England, you see it in Germany, and now also in America. Because we were all created in the image of God, and all men are equal, right? And they use it now against you. And this boss, Jim, is paralyzed because it's all about lawsuits now. You break this rule. It's all turning against us, guys. We didn't used to live in a time like that. We tried to compromise and made everybody one. Right? And like I said, they don't want to be one. They don't want to be equal. And I promise you, this is gonna happen. Our children will be a small minority. They will be despised. How is that possible? Because they take our laws of democracy and equality and freedom of religion against us. In a town as London, where the vast majority is now Islamic, by their own laws of democracy, legally they can vote for London and eventually entire England to legally become an Islamic state. And yet our leaders praise our democracy. They talk about our values as a Western society. We have been so naive, guys. And now you see that the other peoples, like this guy who went to his boss, have this arrogance. They know the law because they always know their rights, right? Everybody always knows their rights. And at the same time, they don't care about what's really going on in our nations. Guys, we're living in a time as in Noah. That's why God had to start over again, right? And maybe God will start again, right? He actually will make a new heaven and a new earth. But now we are suffering the consequences of our laws we made and dissipate God's instructions.